Hey pals, what's up? Welcome to the channel. As always, we're discussing immigration, moving and transferring our business to Europe and North America. Today I want to discuss some crucial, fundamentally vital changes that are coming in February 2024. Now, as I'm recording this video, it's January 2024, so we have 1 month left together to hurry up before what's going to happen, namely the increase in prices for immigration visas, the increase in fees for green cards, and overall increase in the size of all fees for both primary immigration and non-immigration categories. Let's discuss them and think collectively about how we can manage all of this and accordingly apply for visas. Before we start discussing specific numbers, talk about the fact that the raise is not planned for all visas absolutely, what will be the increase and in what time frame it is planned. The legislation on American immigration is massive, encompassing a wide range of visas, including regular work visas and religious visas, among others. It is a complex and extensive system. Of course, not all of them are popular, many of them are quota-based, and many of them in principle are even impossible to obtain within a certain amount of time. For some of them, you will have to wait up to 5-6 years. For today's discussion on promotions, we'll mainly focus on price increases for immigration visas like work green cards and non-immigrant work visas with the right to work. Other visas, although they provide temporary work, do not allow for switching to subsequent permanent residence or obtaining citizenship. The primary topic we'll cover is the EB employment-based category visas, which include work green cards as the first and second preference. These visas are frequently mentioned on this channel and play a crucial role in the immigration process. And when we talk about price increases, we certainly don't talk about the main duty, we talk about the increase in premium consideration. When you apply for a visa category and submit it outside the United States, you need to find someone who will handle it for you on the territory of the United States, because it is impossible to pay the duty or even print and send the case if you don't have an address in the United States or you are simply outside the country. How does all this happen? To complete an immigration petition or a non-immigration petition like I-129, you must attach checks for payment or forms to this form, which should be sent by mail. Make sure to include all required documentation before mailing the petition for processing purposes. Usually it's a Form 1450 that you fill out with your card details, typically American. It is crucial that you cannot make payment for the application using a card that has been issued by a financial institution outside of the United States. If, for instance, you are in the same Great Britain, you can pay for your application online just by entering your information as if you are shopping on the internet. The American immigration system does not have anything like that, so you definitely require an American card. You complete forms, attach to application, print, attach on top of application, ensuring first form is on top. It's crucial to arrange them correctly, then you mail the application. When they accept your application, they scan the card details and the online payment is deducted from your card. And it's crucial to know that if you're filing, let's say, a petition and you want it reviewed quickly within 15 or 45 days, it doesn't matter. You need to complete 2 petitions, 2 forms. First form is for base fee. Let's say you're filling out 140th petition for EB1 category. Attach first form for $14.50 and second form for $14.50 each, totaling $31.50. Separating payments is crucial. Taking one form for $14.50, filling it out for 3,200 leads to rejection, lengthy return process, and a loss of 2-3 weeks. This is stated on the Immigration Service website, so please be careful when planning your applications. As for the price increase, it's actually planned for February 26th, 2024. How's this going to work? Let's say right now the premium review costs $2,500. After February 26th, any requests that have this form will cost $2,805, which means they increase it all by $305. And this is very important because the amount in the payment form or on the receipt, you are in control. When completing the form, at the conclusion, you will be required to specify the sum that you authorize the official authorities, specifically the Department of Homeland Security, to withdraw from your card. If you write $2,810, they'll reject your application. If you write $2,500 after February 26th, They'll also reject your application and return it to you. Understanding the exact numbers and knowing where to send your application is crucial. Premium consideration will increase to 2.5 and it will be 2.805 after February 26th. For non-immigration type petitions, for example, petition 129, certain highly valued categories exist. Assume it's an H-2B or R1. Not an immigration status prior. Currently at present it has a cost of $1,500. It will have a cost of $1,685. All categories for premium consideration too, so same applies to this petition and premium processing. It was 2.5, it became 2.805. If we're talking about those visas and forms that are popular among those who apply for employment-based immigration visas, then it's the application or form 765. You fill out this form when you need to request a work status. Let's say you arrived in the USA, you have approval for your work status, meaning you have a green card, but you don't actually have the physical green card at the moment. In this case, you can fill out form 785. You fill it out, 765, I apologize. You fill it out, you send it to the State Department. She used to cost $1,500, now she costs $1,685, and it's needed in order to get a direct work permit while you wait for your green card. In some cases, you must definitely attach it to the petition because if it's not a green card, then accordingly your work status is implied, but no one will send you an official document. Main changes in work petitions, work visas, immigration and non-immigration 129th petitions, specifically in categories of visas and immigration. If we're talking about other visas that are getting more expensive, this is probably the biggest increase, the most expensive online application, which will now be the H-1B. H-1B is not an immigration visa, it's basically like a regular green card lottery, but it's not a green card, it's not an immigration visa. They typically have quotas as well, indicating that a minimal number of quotas are issued throughout the calendar year. And these quotas quickly run out. You used to be able to apply, well, in general, up until now, until January, until February 26th. You can submit an online application for this visa, pay $10, which is not really a big amount of money, and accordingly submit this application. Apparently, as the immigration services of the United States themselves explain, they apparently increased the cost to $215 in order to reduce the flow of applicants for this visa. So now the flow of applications will decrease significantly and it won't be possible to pay $10, this insignificant amount, to participate in the lottery for these visas. Probably on one hand a very logical step because those applicants who apply for H-1B visas and waiting for several years, that's definitely a very strange precedent. And to raise prices and therefore reduce the number of people applying for this visa and accordingly increase the percentage of issuing these visas, then probably seems like a very logical step from the immigration authorities. H-1B, from the perspective of profitability and benefits, if we are discussing the immigration category in the future, it is probably not going to be such a great status. You can apply, come on it, work for some time on the territory of the United States, but switching to some other visa in the future will be very difficult because it's a very limited period of time on which you are issued this visa, and accordingly it will be possible to later obtain another status. But again, all this is not so complicated and not so generally beneficial as if we are talking about an immigration visa. This is the primary thing. There is an increase, of course, in other visa categories. There is an increase in immigration visas for investors. There is an increase in visa categories that we do not talk about on this channel, so I believe it does not make sense to discuss them at this time. If you have any inquiries, you still have the opportunity to come for consultations. If you wish to apply for a visa category and submit a petition by February 26th, you still have the chance to accomplish it. How will this particular issue be resolved if, for example, you sent your petition by mail in the United States? If you're filing a petition, the mailing service will record the delivery time, providing a documented proof of when it was received. Deadline for sending, they'll consider who falls under update and accordingly larger amount who does not. So let's say you submitted a petition on the 24th of February, but it arrived at the American Immigration Service on February 27th because usually they deliver in a week. So you still fall under the regular price, which means you pay 2.5. And it's crucial to consider this because once again, returning to the start of the video, you write the price as 14.50. If you're planning to apply in February, make sure to consult with a lawyer or come to us. That's it. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to write. Have a great day and good luck with your application.